The question is whether we're on, if the live stream is going, we should be on YouTube, so. And then we can always throw that to Facebook later. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Behold how good and how pleasant it is to actually be together. And to those of you on Zoom, thank you for your patience as we were delayed by a tech issue. I know none of you have ever experienced that before in your lives anywhere. So thank you for your patience with us. Hine matov. For the last year and 4 months of my life, you have been nothing more than a bunch of pixels. And here you are in person, finally. I'm Rabbi Michael Feshbach. I'm delighted to welcome to our congregation our High Holiday student Cantor, joining us for the second set of High Holidays, this time both streamed and in person. Laynie, Zell, welcome. And a delightful afternoon with our accompanist, Gilchrist Sproul, as they met for the first time in person, but worked together last year as well. I am looking forward to a very powerful, wonderful experience of the High Holy Days together. As we come together now, we welcome Shabbat with candles. Candles will be lit by Katina Koulianos, 21, for the introductory reading with the new microphone right by the prayer book there, and then the bracha itself on page 120, 121 for the reading, then 120. The purple one is above the book if you want that. Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to everyone. As our service begins, we take a moment to think of service. 13 American servicemen and women that we know of who have lost their lives in an attack, many, many others who were injured. Afghani civilians, 60 at least, perhaps many more, with many more injuries. We take a moment in silence before we continue with our celebration of Shabbat, a moment in reflection. Kabbalat Shabbat, the Psalms and songs with which we welcome Shabbat. We begin with the Carlebach setting of Lechunu Ranana and Shiru Ladonai. This is from page 130 and 131, the first paragraph of Psalm 95. Come, let us sing joyously to Adonai, sung slowly twice, and then we jump to page 131 for selections from Psalm 96. Return to Carlebach in a few minutes, a setting you might not have heard before. But first, Or Zarua, light is sown for the righteous, bottom of page 132 in the Hebrew. The English is on the top of page 133. Or Zarua from Psalm 97.
Oh,
Look with me for a moment at the English on page 134. It is an appropriate song with which to welcome a student cantor. It is from the middle of Psalm 98. We have sung it here before. And if you look at the sheet of music, it might say anonymous on it, but I know who anonymous is. This was written by my friend, Rabbi Edgar Nof, an Argentinian-born Israeli who serves Reform congregations near Haifa. For many years, I have been wanting to introduce Psalm 29 on pages 136 and 137. We may not include this very often. This one was perhaps a favor to me. The last few times I've said that, congregants have not reacted well. They've said,
this one's pretty awesome.
if I don't like it, they don't care if it's a favor to me. But this is a powerful psalm, a psalm of David. Ascribe to Adonai, O divine beings, ascribe to Adonai glory and strength. Pages 136 and 137, although we're not singing all of this.
Just the first two verses.
Right.
Two verses and then yellow. Mizmor leDavid, Havul Adonai ben Elim, Havul Adonai, Kavod va'oz, Havul Adonai kevod shemot, Havul Adonai b'chadrat yodesh, Kol Adonai al hamayim el hakavodirim, Adonayim rabim, Kol Adonai ba'koach, Kol Adonai behadar, Kol Adonai shover arazim, shover Adonai et arzei levavon, vayarkidem kemo egel. Lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 ai, 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 ya, lai, 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 ya, 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 lai, 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 lai.
Thank you. Yeah, the Lilas worked really well.
Yeah.
But since we did something for me tonight, this is for you, Lachado D, as I understand it, in a setting that was familiar in this congregation for some time. Stanzas 1, 2, 5, and 9, pages 138 and 139.
Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabla Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabla Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad Hishmianu el hamyuchad Adonai echad U'shemo echad L'shem u'tiferet v'litehila Lecha dodi Likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabla Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha Ki hi mekor habracha Merosh mikedem nesucha Sof maaseh b'machshava techila Lecha dodi Likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabla Verse 5 Hitoreri Kiva orech kumi uri Shir daberi Kevod Adonai alayich nigla Lecha dodi Likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabla Boi v'shalom ateret bala Gam besimcha uvtsola Toch emunei am segula Boi chala Lecha dodi Likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabla It's so nice to hear people singing along.
It's been a long time. It's fabulous. Page 142, also familiar, this setting of Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bochem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Baruchuni l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Niv melech malachei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Tzitchem l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei
the middle of page 145, and then back to 144 for Chatzi Kaddish. Teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer, on the mystery of a withered leaf together, on ripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to despair. Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night you renew your days. Lest my day be today as the one before. Blessed routine set my ways. Page 144.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
Amen.
בעלמא דברה חירותי והמליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל. בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב וימרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילא מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמא ויאמרו
And we
amen.
continue with Baruch Hu, page 146. As we rise, we face the ark, which is facing Red Hook, which is facing St. John, which is ultimately facing Jerusalem. This new setting, new to us, of Baruch Hu.
Do 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 Blessed is the blessed one. Blessed is the giver of blessing. Blessed in this moment now and every now to come. Blessed is the blessed one. Blessed is the giver of blessing. Blessed in this moment now and every now to and bless
used to lies, not doo-doos. That's, radical change.
I know, it's a new one.
So we turn to page 149 together. This is an hour of change. Within it, we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it, we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv aravim.
Amen.
The bottom of 151, wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives what could be a truer abiding token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Amen. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam
You may be seated.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Emet. Page 159 and then back to 158. Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come, the song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more, the song of a world redeemed, the song of peace.
מי כמוך בעלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נוראתי לא תוסיף אלה, נוראתי לא תוסיף אלה, מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה ומרים.
Baruch Yifed Adonai et Yaakov, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל Yisrael. In a world riven by images of war and conflict, we turn to page 161 with the prayer, the hope. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. V'shamru, page 162.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבות וינפש, שבות וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
We deliberately front-loaded the service tonight with a lot of music, a lot of singing. I wanted to sort of, do the shakedown and get us used to each other and standing here in person. But therefore, the Amidah is slightly shorter than usual. No Ritzeh or no Shalom Rav tonight. Don't worry, you'll hear her sing both during the time
will
she is
happen.
with us, already in the plans. But we continue with the introduction, the Avot v'Imahot, the Gvurot, the very short version of the Kedusha, and then in silence before we come to Oseh Shalom. We continue with the introduction, page 164. Please rise.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Eternal God, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, El Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Vezocher Chasdei Avot ve'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshia u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Bezrat Sarah. Ata Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechaye Hakol, Ata Rav Lehoshia, Morid Hatal, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye Hakol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Berofe Cholim, Umatir Asurim. ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלע ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Continue in personal prayer. Maybe seated if you'd like.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל.
Mishaberach Avotenu, Avraham, Yitzhak, v'Yaakov. V'yemotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah. V'yivarech v'yirapeh et hacholim ha'ele. O God, who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, send your blessing and healing, your comfort and your hope to all those who are torn with pain, which is physical or emotional, all those who are in need of healing of any kind. We take into our hearts all those whose names appear before us, and we share out loud, first from the congregation, and then if anyone is still with us on Zoom, I hope, because we started late, anybody who has any names to share from Zoom, any of these names who are in need of healing. Sandra Rowland. And from anyone on Zoom?
Alex Boutros, Karen Donaldson, and Raina Zahner.
Eugene Bradshaw, John Sadler.
All the people injured in the attack in Afghanistan.
I think that was Dorothy. Baruch atah Adonai rofech olim. We praise you, O God, who helps us heal, who brings us comfort.
Mekor habracha laimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
I am so glad you're here.
I'm so glad to be here.
Friends, you are going to be hearing from me a fair amount soon, and from our student Cantor as well. So no formal sermon tonight. There is greetings, I believe, from Marilyn Goldfarb in her, Marilyn Black. I spoke with Marilyn Goldfarb trying to get you here. Marilyn, if you're watching, that was a shout out to you. Marilyn Blackwell, our president, from her seat. Greetings from Marilyn, and then a few short, brief announcements.
Marilyn, she is somewhere. Maybe she has a brief announcement.
Amen.
Amen.
Only Layla knows, unless we set up a computer here and we watch also. So only Layla knows who's on Zoom, but we recognized, I think, 3 voices at least of those who were sharing names earlier. And I didn't mean to blurt it out into the microphone. I was that just, I have to remember this is here.
So excited.
A couple of quick announcements. First of all, there are services tomorrow morning. They're online only at 10 o'clock, study of the remarkable Torah portion Ki Tavo, which contains the Israelite sacred myth, which is the short summary of Israelite history, interestingly inaccurate summary. And then it goes on to contain more mitzvot, more commandments than any other portion in the entire Torah. We're studying that at 10 o'clock. But I have a confession to make. Yom Kippur is coming. It's time for confessions. When people did ask me tonight if they were only going to come to one service this week, whether it was going to be tonight, I really was looking forward to being with you. But tonight or tomorrow night, I urge them to come tomorrow night. please come at 8 p.m. Those of you who are watching, you can watch the movie on your own. The movie is called Footnote. It's available on Amazon Prime. We shared the link to it in our announcement, and it's on my Facebook page and the synagogue Facebook page as well. At 8 o'clock, the movie Footnote, and then we come here at 10 o'clock as I believe we're going to have 6, maybe 7 Jewish teens on island who will help with the robes of the Torah. We don't have lights for everybody, but this will be candlelit as it is only 3 times a year on Erev Tisha B'Av, for Slichot, which is tomorrow night, and then for Kol Nidre. We will, to the candlelit service, we will have what I consider one of the most important, one of the 3 or 4 most powerful services of the entire year. Please, please, please. And if you can't be here, send 4 friends to come in person tomorrow night. That was my major announcement for tonight, except Jeanette, you may be the only person I hadn't heard from. So you have the sign-up sheet. Oh, you gave it back, please, Julie? Okay, thank you. So we will also have the sign-up sheet tomorrow as we are beginning to give out honors and parts for the High Holy Days. And to those of you on Zoom, let me know, or let Marilyn Blackhall, sorry about that, Marilyn, know as soon as possible, because it is possible to give out readings on Zoom. We did it entirely on Zoom last year. We should be able to do it partially on Zoom this year. We continue as we ask the Pomerances to Donald and Carolyn to open the Ark. We continue on the bottom of page 586 with Laynie as soon as the Ark is open. And I want to take a moment to thank Layla Richmond for streaming tonight, and to James Anderson for his oversight of this entire enterprise of streaming our services. We owe James a great deal of thanks. The bottom of page 586. I'm going to open the text. Sorry.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol,
לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדם, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם.
ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
As we close the ark doors,
שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר ארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובהי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אינו, אמת מלכנו, אפס זולתו, כך כתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך. כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
please be seated. The words to Yesh Kochavim, the English, may be found on page 595. As we continue, there are stars.
There are stars so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us as we live our days. These are the ways we remember. We remember as we live our days. These are the ways we remember. We remember.
We remember Abraham Backrack, Alan Backrack Jr., David Hurling, Isidore Marcus, Abby Nathan, Samuel Weisbard, and Nettie Rebel. We observe yard site for the following Chai members and those dear to our Chai members: Robin Aaron, Julius Alterman, Annette Baker, Eleanor Baker, Grace Blumstein, Irving Cohen, Nancy Del Grosso, Frida Dorfman, Ruby Ergrot, Ira S. Farnell, Yetta Furstenberg, Elliot Fine, Bessie Fox, Esther Gilbert, Nettie Gittleman, Bessie Goldberg, Michael Goldman, Dorothy Preisler, Leo Goodman, Joseph Goodman, Larry Goodman, Rose Gottlieb, Sidney Harris, Esther Horowitz, Henry Ivy, Itzhak Kamian, Dorothy Krebs, Ben Kuzakts, Miriam Levian, Sarah Levitt, Wilbur Lipsius, Sophie Mandel, Mildred Marks, Bert Mayerson, Sol Mittman, Dr. Justin Mooney, Leonard Olener, Sol Reisberg, Richard Ross, Janice Rothschild, Frederick Rudo, Arthur Sandler, Donald Schacher, Sally Schaefer, Dr. Robert Schwartz, Louise Schwartz, Melvin Schwartz, Rabbi Pinchas Shevshayevitz, Gertrude Sherman, Samuel Sherwin, Yetta Stahl, Madeline Steinberg, Andrew Stillman, Richard Strauss, Ben Tarson, Peter C. Taub, George Unger, Dr. Stephen Wallerstein, Hannah Wallace, Morris Weiss, Nina Winkleman, Nana Winkleman, Lois Wolf, Rose Yanofsky, Maxwell Zinn, and Shirley Zuckerman. During this period of Shloshim, Avi West, Ahmad Prelio, Florence Nadelman, and a true giant in our movement, Rabbi Richard Hirsch. With sorrowing hearts, we add the name of one who was laid to rest in recent days, Judy Goldberg. I ask if there is anyone else in the congregation here to say Kaddish for someone whose name I did not mention. And anyone else on Zoom?
As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. We remember as we live our days. These are the ways we remember. We remember.
Kaddish Yatom. Our griefs and sympathies are mingled as we turn now to the Mourner's Kaddish, page 598. And as is the custom in most Reform synagogues, we rise as a congregation as a whole for the Mourner's Kaddish itself. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah,
Amen.
v'alma divrach cherutei v'amlich malchutei, v'chaye echon uv'yom echon uv'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, v'agala uv'izman kariv imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabam v'orach leolam olmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei dekudusha b'richu. Le'ela min kol berachata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata. Da'amiran v'alma v'yimru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. U'ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru. Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn in our midst and wherever they may be, brought to us in images on a TV screen or close to our hearts as people we know in our lives. And together, let us say,
Amen.
we will join together in a few moments for an oneg in the already configured for tomorrow night space of Lilienfeld, but there is an oneg. So any questions you have of Laynie, you can ask her and she can duck whatever she wants and answer whatever she wants. But please join me at Lilienfeld in welcoming her. We conclude now. Our custom used to be to come together in the center of the congregation. We're looking forward to getting back to that someday, but not yet, as we conclude with
Adon Olam.
page 625, if I remember correctly.
Yes, that's what it says here. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Let Nasa B'chefso Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nivra Ve'acharei Bichlot HaKol Levado Yimloch Nora Ve'hu Haya Ve'hu Betifara, Ve'hu Echad Ve'in Sheni, Le'ham Shelo Le'chachbira, Be'li Reshit, Be'li Tachlit, Be'lo Ha'oz ve'ha'mizra, Ve'hu Ili Ve'chai Goli, Ve'tzur Chemli Be'itzara, Ve'hu Nisi U'manosli, Menat Kosi Liyom Ekra. Beyado Afkid Ruchi, Be'iti Shan Ve'ayira, Be'im Ruchi Geviati, Adonai li Ve'lo ira. Lai 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 lai.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Taking me back to Tel Aviv with that. And welcome, Laynie. And
Thank you.
let's gather together at Lilienfeld in whatever the configuration of chairs and tables may be. Shabbat Shalom. And
Shabbat
Shabbat
Shalom.
Shalom to those of you who were with us. And let's say goodbye to the live stream.